Well, this is Steve Ridgel, and I've been reading in John 17. It's the famous prayer that most people say was Jesus' prayer for unity. Except, of course, that's not all the main point of that prayer. He spends the first part of that prayer and most of that prayer actually talking about asking God to protect his people in this world. Jesus spends a lot of time saying, I'm not asking you to take them out of the world, but protect them while they're in this world. You see, always the Christians in the world have been at odds with each other. And so if you're a Christian and you're listening to this, I'm going to tell you the norm for our people is to be at odds with the world. Now, not adversarial. The people in this world are not my enemies. Satan's my enemy. But Satan has a lot of rule in this world. And this world is not going to act like Jesus would. Not even when I hear Christians, and it's sweet, I know what they mean, but when they say restore us to a Christian nation, I'm like, what Christian nation? Read our history, or pick another country, England, or Russia, or China, or Ukraine. Pick a country, it doesn't matter. God's never said, for the people that follow Jesus, here is your country. In fact, when you listen to things like that prayer in John 17, what you really hear is, this world's never going to really be your home. And so I'm asking God to protect you when you are attacked in this world. And then after spending a lot of time praying about our protection in this world, he says, and I also pray for those who will believe because of the message from these your people. You know, we've always been, part of our mission is to live in a hard world, to tell other people the good news of Jesus. Our mission is not to restore a country. Our mission is not to make sure there is no poverty, no hunger, no racism, no abuse, no sin in this world. It's not going to happen. Our job is to make believers. And in a believer's world, you begin to eliminate those things because they commit to the Jesus way. And then he prays for unity for those. Unity starts after he talks about bringing other people in, because they've got to hang on to each other because they're coming from the world into people that are not really of this world. And so we've kind of usually made the unity thing to sound something like this. Yes, pray for unity, and that means everybody has to see it my way. And you think I'm talking about conservative people that make a bunch of rules where they're not. Well, I sort of am, but I'm also talking about the liberal people that say, no, you've got it all wrong. Do it our way or else. It's not unity. I think what he's saying is you better hang on to each other. We need to be as one because we're in a hostile world, a hostile environment. And if you don't hang on to each other, you may be picked off by the evil one. Now, that's beginning to happen. I'm just going to give you Ridgel's view of the future. You can agree with it, you cannot, but here in this country, I believe we are increasingly living in a world and in a culture that is anti-Jesus. Now, I kind of think we always have. I mean, I don't think Jesus said, hey, this world's never going to be your home except for those of you that live in the United States over a couple of hundred years. For you, this world, nah, there's never been one. But it's getting increasingly more overt. And as it does, I'm seeing Christians hang on to each other a lot more. As we become more of a minority, as we become more at odds in this world, we're going to hang on to each other much tighter. We're going to find those core things we agree on. And it is starting to happen. I was involved out at Morro Bay, California, in a situation that was fantastic, where almost every church in town came together, agreed on some core principles, and made an effort to reach people for Jesus. That's going to happen more and more. So here's what I'm telling you, if you're a Christian, this world is going to increasingly not be your home. And we better hang on to each other. And we're going to. And for those of you that aren't Christians, we're not inviting you to come into a little nicer social club or civic club. We're not inviting you to do something the whole world's going to celebrate and say, oh, aren't you great? We're inviting you to come in and live in a way that's countercultural. And Jesus will protect you till he takes you home. This is Steve Ridgel saying, let's hang on to each other till we get home.